Hello, friends! Welcome to our channel. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video to get updates on all our stories. And also share your valuable feedback in the comments section. Let's start the video. A long time ago in a deep forest lived a sly fox. He had a den under the roots of an old tree. Every day he would leave his home, go into the forest and look for food. One day while searching for berries, he came across a strange thing that he had never seen before. It was round and made of leather. The fox sniffed it from all sides, but could not figure out what it was. He had never seen a drum before. As the fox was wondering what the object was, some hunters arrived at the forest. They were sitting near the tree and started beating the drum to make some noise. This scared the animals living in the forest. All of them started coming out of their homes and hiding behind the trees. The fox was also scared and tried to hide behind the big trunk of that tree. But then he saw that if those people found him, they would kill him. So he decided to find another place to hide. As he was looking for a new spot to hide, he saw that clearing and went inside. There was no one there. He relaxed and thought he was safe. Then suddenly he heard the sound of drums again. He looked around, but could not see anyone. The drum was still lying on the ground. It seemed like the drum was making the sound. The fox was very scared. He had never seen a talking animal before. He thought that this was a kind of magic. He was afraid that if he stayed there, he might die. So he ran away from that place as fast as he could. After some time, when he calmed down a little, he thought of going back to his home. But he took a different route as he did not want to take any risk. On the way, he met a wolf. The wolf asked where he was coming from, but the fox lied to him and said he was going to his friend's house. Then the fox asked the wolf where he was going. The wolf replied that he was going to the other side of the forest to find food. The cunning fox said that he was also going in that direction and invited the wolf to accompany him. The wolf accepted the offer. They walked together for a long time, and after a while, the fox started to get tired. He thought of resting for a while, so he told the wolf that there was a stream nearby where they could take a break and drink some water. The wolf agreed, and soon both of them reached the stream. As soon as the wolf drank some water, the fox said, "Hey, do you hear that sound? It seems to be coming from over there." The wolf asked, "What sound?" The fox lied and said, "I think that is the sound of the drum." The wolf got scared and asked, "Is that so?" "I don't hear anything," the fox said. "No, you wouldn't be able to hear it because you are not as clever as me." The wolf was not convinced by his answer, but still decided to trust him and said, "Well, let's move on." After some time, the fox said, "Hey, do you hear that sound now?" The wolf replied, "What sound?" The fox again lied and said, "That must be the sound of the drum." The wolf got scared and said, "Let's go from here." Both of them moved on and walked for some more time. Then again, the sly fox said, "Hey, can you hear that sound now?" The wolf said, "What sound?" The fox lied and said, "Can't you hear that drum?" The wolf was tired of his nonsense and shouted at him and said, "Stop it right now. I'm fed up with your stories." The fox got scared and said, "No, I'm telling the truth. That is really the sound of the drum." The wolf said, "You keep quiet. If you say anything like that again, I will eat you." The fox was stunned and kept quiet. He knew that if he said something wrong, the wolf would eat him. So he stayed silent and kept walking. After a few minutes, the wolf heard the sound of the drum. He was very scared and started running away. The fox was very happy that finally he was going to have a nice dinner. He started running after the wolf. But just then, the fox slipped and fell on the ground. He tried to get up, but he had hurt himself and could not walk properly. The cunning fox thought of a plan and started howling like a small puppy. The wolf stopped and came back to see what happened to the fox. As soon as the wolf came near him, the fox shouted, "Help me, brother! Someone is after me." The wolf said, "Don't worry, I am here to help you." The fox lied and said, "Oh, thank God. I thought I was going to die." The wolf said, "Who is after you?" The fox pointed towards the drum and said, "That's the person who wants to kill me." The wolf got angry and said, "How dare you lie to me?" The fox said, "I am telling the truth. Please believe me." The wolf said, "All right. I will believe you and help you." Then both of them went towards the drum. The wolf picked up the drum and started hitting it with all his strength. The sound was so loud that all the animals in the forest came out of their homes and started gathering around the drum. The fox said, "See, I told you, someone wants to kill me." The wolf said, "Don't worry, I will save you." Just then, the hunters arrived at the spot and saw that all the animals were gathered around their drum. They were very happy to see this. One of the hunters said, "We didn't know that our drum could do this. It's amazing." Another hunter said, "Yeah, it's a great fun to see all these animals dancing on our drum beats." The fox was stunned. He did not know that it was a hunter's drum. He had thought that the drum was making the sound by itself. The hunters were having a great time, so they decided to stay there for a few days and enjoy themselves. They started making a camp and setting up their tents. The fox was very upset, thinking how could he be so stupid. He had run away from the drum, but then came back because of his own foolishness. Now he wanted to escape from there, but the hunters were everywhere. He tried to go from one side, but the hunters stopped him and asked him to go and gather some berries for them. The fox had no other option, so he started searching for berries. When he was searching for berries, he saw a deer. The deer was frightened to see the fox and asked him, "What are you doing here?" The fox lied and said, "I am a friend of these hunters. They asked me to bring some berries for them." The deer said, "These people are very dangerous. Don't go near them. I warn you." The fox said, "I know they are dangerous, but I have to do what they say. Otherwise, they will kill me." The deer said, "Why don't you run away from here?" The fox replied, "I tried to do that, but they are everywhere. I have no way to escape." The deer felt sorry for him and said, "Don't worry, I will help you." Then the deer went to the hunters and said, "These people, please excuse me for interrupting you, but I want to tell you that the forest is full of wild animals. You should be careful." The fox was hoping that the deer would convince them to leave the forest, but the deer only warned them to be careful and then left. The fox was sad, but still decided to try one more time. He went to the hunters and said, "Please give me some food. I haven't eaten for many days." The hunters were not interested in talking to him, but one of them said, "Here, take this bread and go away." The fox was very happy to get the bread. He thanked them and started eating. The more he ate, the happier he felt. He thought that if he could get some meat, then it would be great. He finished the bread and went to the hunters again. He said, "I am still hungry. Please give me something to eat." The hunters got angry and said, "Go and bring us some meat. We don't want to waste our food on you." The fox had no other option, so he started searching for meat. He was lucky enough to find a rabbit and he brought it to the hunters. The hunters were very happy and said, "Good job. We will give you half of this meat." The fox was overjoyed and thanked the hunters. From the next day, the fox started bringing meat for the hunters every day. In return, they gave him some of their food and the fox became their pet. The deer was very sad to see this. She thought that the hunters would leave now, but they stayed in the forest for many more days. One night, the hunters left their camp and went to the forest to hunt. They took the fox along with them. The fox was very scared because he knew that if the deer or any other animal recognized him, then they would kill him. So he stayed behind a tree and kept quiet. After some time, the hunters returned to the camp. They did not catch anything, so the fox came out of his hiding place and went to the hunters. He said, "Please don't be sad. I can help you to find some food." The hunters were surprised to hear this and asked him, "What do you mean?" The fox said, "I know there is a big herd of deer on the other side of the forest. You can go there and catch some deer." The hunters were very happy to hear this and thanked the fox. They followed the fox and easily caught a few deer. The fox was very happy because now the hunters would never go hungry. The deer was very sad when she saw that the hunters had caught some of her friends. She went to the hunters and said, "Please leave this forest. We don't want you to harm us." The hunters said, "We won't leave until we catch the clever fox." The deer said, "What are you talking about? How can you catch him? He is too smart for you." The hunters asked, "Where is he?" The deer lied and said, "He is far away from here. I haven't seen him for many days." The hunters believed her and said, "Well, then we will leave this forest." Then the hunters packed their stuff and left the forest. The fox was very happy when he heard this. He thought that now he could live in the forest freely. But then he remembered the deer. She had saved him many times, yet he had betrayed her. He felt guilty and went to the deer. He apologized for his behavior and promised that he would never do this again. The deer forgave him and became friends with him. The clever fox and the kind deer lived happily ever after.